What it do, what it do, what it does, what it does. Welcome back to Rise React. So today, y'all getting stuffy nose ride, but I gotta get this video out. So I'm on YouTube. I ran across this video. Apparently, this guy lost his virginity to something. I don't know what it is, but we about to find out and I'm about to react to it. Let's get straight to it.
On March 27th,
we can stop the video right here. My man's look weird as hell. My man's look weird as hell. First off, he already looks spaced out like he off the perkies. He looks spaced out. His mustache is not defined. But most importantly, the dead giveaway is the glasses, bro. Who do you know in 2023? Obviously, this probably didn't happen in 2023. Who do you know rock glasses like these other than librarians? If you're not a librarian, you should not be wearing glasses like these. He does not look like a librarian. Let's get into it.
2014, Kevin Davis rode his bicycle away from the apartment where he lived with his mother and his sister. After a while, he tossed his bike and his backpack behind some bushes and continued walking down the railroad tracks. Eventually, Kevin walked up to a house, knocked on the door, and asked to use their phone. The resident dialed 911 and told the operator that Kevin had just come to their home and told them that he had killed his mother, Kimberly Hill. When a Nueces County Sheriff's deputy arrived, he questioned Kevin, who told him the same thing. Kevin was taken to the Corpus Christi police station while officers rushed to the house to check on Kimberly, and when they arrived, they found her nude body laying in her bedroom, a bloody hammer.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. So you smoke your mama. We gonna let him say it.
On the floor beside her. It was evident that Kevin had indeed killed his own mother, but that was not all he had done to her that day. This is Monsters.
Bro, we can already conclude what the hell happened. I mean, do we even gotta watch the whole damn thing? I guess we gonna watch it just to get the details, but he looks like the type of cat that'll do bodily harm to somebody. But your mama? You gonna do that to your mama? Let's just get into it. Kevin Davis.
Kevin Davis was born on December 27, 1995. Not much is known about his childhood, but it seemed that by the time he was 18 years old, he had become bored with his life.
At the very beginning, I asked my mother for permission to die, or rather kind of commit suicide.
Oh, hell no. Call me bold. I don't have kids, but if I was to have a child and he was to say something like that, I'm going to take everything you tell me at face value and I'm going to send you to a crazy house. Ain't no way in hell. What did he just say?
Asked my mother for permission to die, or rather kind of commit suicide.
So you going to ask your mama to commit suicide. First off, I'm not going to speak on that for YouTube purposes. That's crazy.
The sort of beating around the bush sort of thing. Because, well, that doesn't really matter why I wanted to kill myself.
Sure it does.
I'm bored with life. I don't like life. I don't like people. I don't like living it, basically. There's really anything depressing about it. It just is what it is.
It should be a place for people that feel like that to go. I don't know if there is a place, but if people want to off themselves, I'm for that. I'm pro offing yourself if that's what you want to do. I feel like that. My dog just coughed like a whole human. I feel like you should have that opportunity, because people that don't have that opportunity tend to take other people out and they're not ready to go. Girl, is you down here dying? What is you chewing on something you ain't got no business chewing on?
And so I wrote the note. I did.
When did you write the note?
Around 6-ish, 7-ish?
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay.
That's in the afternoon and then
Afternoon.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then,
she get upset with you.
well, no, actually. I mulled it over. And then, on a whim, actually, I turned it over, wrote a plan to kill both my mother and my sister, quite frankly, because that's always been a thing of mine. I'm a bit of a pervert.
Yeah. Is it like a fantasy thing?
It is, actually.
Okay.
So, that didn't act. The best laid plans never work out, apparently, or at least the one scribbled on a piece of paper. Because she had decided she was sick of this stuff, and she was going to go send me to live with my sister again. And so I kind of left off in a few.
I was just kind of tending to my dogs, but I feel like he just said that he planned on doing this to his mom. Let's take it back. We just gonna take it back.
Turned it over, wrote a plan to kill both my mother and my sister, quite frankly, because that's always been a thing of mine. I'm a bit of a pervert.
I thought I heard that the first time. I didn't know he planned on killing his mom and sister, and he just said he always been a pervert? Is that what he said?
My sister, quite frankly, because that's always been a thing of mine. I'm a bit of a pervert.
Yeah. Is it like a fantasy thing?
It is, actually.
What?
So, that didn't act. The best laid plans never work out, apparently, or at least the one scribbled on a piece of paper. Because she had decided she was sick of this stuff, and she was going to go send me to live with my sister again. And so I kind of left off in a fury and just did it right then and there.
Like many of the stories on my channel, this one starts with...
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Guys like this, I'm sure he got life in jail, as he should. But he deserved to be tortured, bro. You don't do that to the person that birthed you, my boy. Or your sister. It's just like, bro, how are you preying on the women of your family that stay with you? Look at your face.
With someone who claimed to have wanted to take their own life, but ended up taking someone else's instead. Kevin said that at about 10 p.m. on March 26th, when he told
the day after my birthday. That's crazy.
Told his mother that he wanted to commit suicide. She responded that she couldn't control what he did, and if he did take his own life, she would have to deal with it. An unfortunately harsh response, in my opinion. Kevin didn't like what he heard, so he decided to carry out a long-time fantasy. He jumped into action and attacked Kimberly. The detectives asked him to clarify exactly what he did.
I tried to strangle her with a cord. Ripped cord from a video game console controller. That didn't work, huh?
What was this out you tried to strangle?
She was sitting on the couch watching TV.
Okay.
That didn't work out too well. She started screaming, and so I went to her room, opened a drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back in the living room, and well, you kind of get the gist from there.
Oh my God. You bashed your mama head in? It don't matter. You took the life. You took your mama life. But you took it by bashing her head in? Boy, that's sad as hell. That's sad as hell. That is sad as hell.
And, she was out pretty quickly. Kind of tried to play dead at first, but then I finished it.
So you hit her with a hammer when she was sitting in the sofa in the living room?
No, first I tried to strangle her, and that didn't work. She grabbed the cord, so I raced back into her room, grabbed the hammer, came back out, and then did it.
How many times did you hit with that in the living room?
At least 20, but then she was still alive. I dragged
What?
at least 20.
I'm just trying to find out what he asked. Did he say how many times you hit her?
Grabbed the hammer, came back out, and then did it.
How many times did you hit with that in the living room?
At least 20.
See, if I was an interrogator, bro, I would lose my job because I just get to beat in his ass right then and there, bro. How are you going to strangle your mother, bro? try to strangle, then you bash her head in with the hammer 20 times. And I heard that he said that she tried to play dead. Imagine how much pain. And like, imagine like how much perseverance, I don't know what word I'm looking for, this person must be in, but yet they're going to try to be still in hopes that somebody that raised them will show mercy and not continue to bash their head in. And they was wrong, and the person that they raised continued to bash their head in. That's sad as hell. I would be beating his ass right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
But then she was still alive. I dragged her into the room, as you probably clearly saw. And then I kind of warmed my hands into her brains to kind of just cut it. She was still snoring.
Okay. So she was still alive?
She was still alive.
And you went...
What did he say?
Kind of warmed my hands into her brains to kind of just cut it. She was still snoring.
Okay. So she was still alive?
She was still alive.
And you went in there and you kind of grabbed those brains?
Yeah, finished it.
Alright. Did you use a knife on her?
Actually, I was going to, but no, I didn't get to do that.
Did you, I guess you never got to stab her with a knife?
No.
It was all with a hammer?
It was all with the hammer in my hand.
And where did you hit her with the hammer?
The head.
All in the head area?
All in the head, I believe. I may have gotten her hand because she was covering herself.
Okay.
Oh my
You
God.
heard that right. After beating her on the head with the hammer, she was still alive, so he put his hand into her skull and mashed up her brain in
Bro, I thought that's what he was saying, bro. Bro, I thought that's what he was saying, but I'm like, no, he didn't say that he put his hands in her brain. Bro, I would be kicking his ass right now, bro. I would be kicking his ass right now. I will be flinging chairs. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go down for first degree. Because how in the world did you bash somebody's head in? Bro, she's dying anyway. She's dying anyway. You drag her into the room and I put my hands in her brain and just... Bro, you need to be on death row. If he in a state where the death penalty is not at, and I don't believe in a death penalty, but somebody like this do not need to be alive, bro. Her brain? You wanted brain matter on you, bro? I'm not even calling you a bro. I don't even know. That's crazy.
order to make sure she was dead. He would later tell detectives that her brains felt like putty. What kind of person thinks to do that?
Nobody.
He goes into detail about exactly what he did next.
So when you dragged her to the living room, to the bedroom, you kept on hitting her there?
Yeah, kind of.
That's where that's when you reached in and grabbed her brain?
Yeah, I kicked at it a bit. Then I just, that was kind of silly, but then I just decided to reach in and kind of just do it.
Mm-hmm. And then what did you do after that?
Then I had sex with her corpse.
You did? Mm-hmm. Did you come inside her?
I did, actually.
Oh my God. Bro, I knew this story was going to be crazy. We knew that the first minute. We only 6 minutes in. We only 1/3 of the way in. Bro, he bashed her brains in. Her skull in. Played with her brains. Had sex with his mom. Bro, how do you pull out your Johnson afterwards? Had sex. The officer just asked, did you come in her? He said, yes, you came in your mom? Bro, this is tripe. I'm going to take it back.
Then I had sex with her corpse.
You did? Mm-hmm. Did you come inside her?
I did, actually.
Have you ever done that before, like had sex with her?
No, I haven't, actually.
This is just the first time?
Oh, yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
Dog, what the freak, bro? What the freak? You lost your virginity not only to your corpse, but to your mother. To your mother. Is this like pent up like, What is this?
Okay.
Kevin explained that he had sex with his mother's body after killing her. He told investigators that he had had violent thoughts since his pre-teens, and the idea of killing both his mother and his sister had been in his head for a while. It seemed that his sister, Desiree Hill, also lived at home with Kimberly, and Kevin originally planned to wait until she got home and kill her as well. That didn't happen, and the detectives asked if she was okay. Kevin assured them that she was.
Was it a fantasy of yours to kill her as well?
It
and
was.
Did you write down that on your note?
Oh, I did, actually, but I decided against it because, well, I'd had my fill of killing. I didn't... It seemed a little much.
Mm-hmm.
A little too excessive, yeah.
It seemed that one murder was enough for Kevin. He didn't want to be excessive. Instead of killing her, he did leave a note to mess with Desiree.
Let's talk about the notes that you wrote. How many notes did you write?
3.
3. There was one in the living room.
Yeah.
That one was addressed to who?
Desiree, my sister, because I knew she's a good girl, but rather sensitive. I knew she would lose her head if she kind of saw that.
You remember what the note said?
First off, anybody would lose their head if they was to see that. Blood splatter everywhere, a dead mother, brains everywhere, pants pulled down, and maybe some secretions from that. Anybody would be terrified. Anybody would be terrified. Or sensitive.
Keep your head. Hurry. She might still be alive, although I highly doubt it in parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines, yeah. Sincerely.
But when you wrote the note, you knew your mom was already dead?
Oh, yeah, I knew it. You know,
So
it was
you're
kind
just
of...
messing with Desiree by writing that she might still be alive?
In my sick sense of humor,
Okay.
I was pretty well off my rocker by then.
I'm pretty sure you...
Bro, we could tell by the very first image, which was this image, that he was off. That he was all the way off, bro. He was all the way off. And the thing is, if a parent know that their child is off, bro, you should be able to do something with them or put them somewhere, because this was a strange boy from the get-go. He didn't just become this strange. He been strange his whole entire life. Let's watch another minute or two of this, bro. Because now you taunting your sister even though she might be dead. Boy, you know what you did to her. You know what you did to her. That ain't right, bro. You're not even my bro. Damn.
You've been off your rocker for a while, Kevin. Not only that, but Kevin described himself as being in a playful mood.
And then there's a second note in your mom's bedroom. What did that one say? Do you remember?
Chase me.
Was that addressed to the police or to who?
What did he
Second
say?
note in your mom's bedroom. What did that one say? Do you remember?
Chase me.
Bro, he just smiled. He just smiled. Please let me know, am I tripping? Any other dudes in this, men or women, would you be kicking his ass right now? I would be kicking his ass right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way I should lose my job. I could lose my job if I just kick his ass right now, bro, after what you did to your mama. We need somebody in office that will allow a justified ass kicking. Because he need one. Crazy. There's no way you just gonna do this to two women, antagonize one, murder the other, and you gonna sit in front of me and smile. I think not. Hell no.
Was that addressed to the police or to who?
I was in a very playful mood at the time.
Okay.
I just wanted to run.
Get out
I
of
wanted
here.
to see how far I could get. But
Yeah. So what? Your plan was to leave town, or what? According to one of the notes that you wrote.
oh yeah,
But a bus,
actually, yeah,
taking
the Greyhound bus. I was gonna try to get out of the state or anything really.
Okay. But I guess something else happened. You ended up at somebody's house.
No,
What
actually.
happened?
I told you my plan was foiled because she talked to me. She said my sister's going to come pick me up now, like in a few minutes.
Uh huh.
go live with her, and that's when I said it's time to act, now or never.
I see.
I just went over there to their house to use their phone, and then I was using their phone, so I thought I might as well tell them when they asked me questions. I mean, they had questions on using their phone.
Where was this at? Where did you end up at?
Ultimately, I ended up in the backwoods of a ditch.
Here in town or out of town?
Robstown.
In Robstown. How did you get over there?
In Corpus Christi, I biked halfway, and then I got to the train tracks, and then I ditched the bike in the thick woods, and then from the train tracks, I just walked.
To Robstown?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you came up to was it like the first house that you...
Bro, like, what are you thinking about when you do something like that? After you did all of that heinous crime to your own blood, what are you like riding your bike thinking about? Are you clear-headed? Are you like, well, I'm about to get caught, I gotta pee? Like, how can you live with yourself after doing that to your family? Damn.
Saw, or how did you go to this house to ask to use the phone?
Initially, my plan was just to run as far as I can, but then I ended up crying my eyes out in like the thick woods, like, what did I do? And I realized, you don't know what you lost till you've already lost it. And
thank God, at least he came back to his senses and has some level of remorse, because what?
So I knew that my life wasn't going to go anywhere, not anymore. So I just kind of gave it up midway.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed that Kevin's plan was to flee the area, so he got on his bicycle and rode out of town. He eventually got to some railroad tracks where he ditched his bike and backpack and spent the rest of the night walking down the tracks. He got about 15 miles or 24 kilometers away before he walked up to a house and knocked on the door. He told the residents that he had killed his mother and needed to notify the police. One of the residents dialed 911 and Kevin was picked up by law enforcement without incident. He was taken to the Corpus Christi police station while officers went to the Windrush Apartments to check on Kimberly. The home he had stopped at belonged to the Johnsons, and Timothy Johnson said he would normally be at work when Kevin arrived that morning, but he had taken the day off. He feared what might have happened if his wife was home alone that morning.
Only God knows. Only God knows.
At the apartment complex, officers knocked on the door and got no answer, so they had the apartment manager let them into the unit. There, they found Kimberly's nude body on her bed in her bedroom with a trail of blood leading from the living room. There was a bloody hammer laying on the floor in the bedroom. Kevin's clothes were found inside the master bathroom off of Kimberly's room, and he later told investigators that he took a bath after the attack.
What?
Everything in the apartment matched Kevin's story except for a bloody knife investigators found at the scene. Kevin had told detectives that he had only used the hammer and hadn't stabbed his mother.
And there was some blood in the knife, but you said you never used it? I guess just blood just from where you grabbed it around the...
Oh, that knife. Actually, I used that to stir her brains up a little, but then that didn't really...
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! You used that to stir her brains, bro? What the hell is wrong with you? What?
And there was some blood in the knife, but you said you never used it? I guess just blood just from where you grabbed it around the...
Oh, that knife. Actually, I used that to stir her brains up a little, but then that didn't really work out, so I just kind of decided to delve on in.
Did you do that in the living room or the bedroom? Because we found that it wasn't in the bedroom.
I may have started at. So. Yeah, actually, I used the knife in the living room, and then didn't I take it with me?
So her brains were already kind of coming out in the living room when you dragged it?
Yes, but she was still snoring like a baby, and so I just kind of dragged her.
After officers confirmed that Kevin had in fact killed his mother, he was interrogated by detectives where he openly admitted to everything he had done. One thing he couldn't do was give the investigators a reason for his actions outside of being angry at her response to his desire to commit suicide.
You feel sorry you did this to your mom?
In a way, yes, but I wouldn't take back what I did. strange, really. I did love her.
Bro, don't you lie like that. How the hell can you love this lady after you done killed her, assaulted her in the freaky way, stirred her brains up, and wrote letters to play with your sister's brain? Come on, bro.
In a way.
You being mean to me?
Oh, no, she's been the best mother.
Okay, so there's nothing that she did?
Oh, absolutely nothing. No,
If I was to ask you, what did she do to deserve this, what would you answer?
absolutely nothing. I'm a terrible, I'm a
Terrible
cruel,
person.
disgusting person. Yeah.
It's unknown why
Bro, look at this man's face, bro. I mean, you don't supposed to judge a book by its cover, but you can kind of look at this man and tell that he's off. Like, am I the only one? You can tell that this guy is off. I would not want to be around him. I would naturally, in a real world, just think he's naturally weird. He don't even have to say nothing to me. I will look at him and be like, oh, that nigga crazy. You feel me? Like, I don't even need to laugh because he did some crazy stuff, bro. I just kind of want to get to his sentencing. That's what I want to know. Here we go. It look like his sentences. Wow.
gross. Despite confessing to the murder, Kevin initially pleaded not guilty to the charges.
What?
It's possible he was going to try to use an insanity defense, even though he told detectives during his interrogation that he believed he was sane and he knew right from wrong. He was evaluated by a psychiatrist who testified that he does have a personality disorder, but he wasn't considered insane by court standards. He knew what he was doing and that it was wrong. During the trial, the defense called no witnesses and eventually Kevin changed his plea to guilty.
Of course.
Kevin Davis was sentenced to life in prison and will be eligible for parole in 2044.
Hell
due
no.
to his blatant
2044. Okay, hold on. We about to do the math on that. Because he was born 2 years after me. 2044. That's 21 years from now. Hold on, right. So, 21 years. Hold on, what math am I doing? Plus. Boy, I don't even know what math I'm doing right now. I'm trying to figure it out. Bro, that's way too soon. He should be on death row. He should get extradited to another state where they got the death row penalty. For sure.
disregard for human life, his admission that he does want to continue killing, and his complete lack of remorse for killing his own mother. It's unlikely that he will receive parole for quite some time after it becomes available to him.
Thank God. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is a crazy story. That was a crazy ass story. I mean, like I said, within the first minute, we all knew what he did. But it was how he did it, why he did it. Not that there's any justification for it. But it just got weirder and weirder and weirder. And I feel so bad for that lady. My condolences to them and their family. Kevin Davis, you can burn in hell. And I shouldn't even be saying that as a God-fearing man, but you gonna burn in hell for that because that is not acceptable in any way, shape, form. There's no reason for that. With that being said, I'm out. Y'all stay blessed.